3D Neon Summer Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hot Pink Zebra Polish. So we're going to begin by forming the nail bed area and the smile line, and I'm using white on 3 nails and then black on 1 nail. And so I'm going to create sort of a pointed nail bed, so it's creating like a V shape, and I'm doing this on a clear nail tip. On your last nail, because I only mentioned 3, you're going to want to create a full cover or an overlay with just white acrylic. So now file that smile line so that it is nice and smooth and also comes to a nice little bit of a point too. On your middle nail, so this is a white one, we're going to start, and I'm going to start with an orange color, and we're going to be forming triangles. And this is part of the reason why you want that to come to a nice point. This will help you line up your triangles as well. And so as you place your bead of acrylic, on these ones that are up against the smile line, it's a little bit easier, but just keep pushing in the sides until you can tell it's set up a little bit and that you can leave that one alone. And so you just keep pushing in the sides to create these nice straight lines. As you can see, that one's not really all that straight. They don't have to be perfect, but just as straight as you want them. This is a very time-consuming process, I'm not going to lie to you. It did take me a good 15 minutes per nail, and if it was shorter, it would not take anywhere near this long. This is a pretty long fingernail. And also, if you didn't want to take as long, if you didn't want them to be quite as straight lined or quite as perfect, it wouldn't have to take you nearly that long either, or if you're using a really fast setting acrylic. So there's different variables in this. And I'm alternating between orange, pink, and yellow, and as you can see, I'm sort of creating diagonal lines with my colors, so they create almost like little stripes once you get done with all of your triangles. And also, as you can see, I'm leaving triangles of clear, and so that's also a huge, it's so pretty against the clear nail tip, so that's kind of a cool little thing there too. So now on our pinky nail, I'm just going to be placing a few beads of those 3 colors, pink, orange, and yellow, and I'm just going to place different size, and I'm not too worried about if they like spread out or anything, just about 2 of each, different sizes, and then outline them with really wet beads of black. So this is creating leopard print. If you've ever painted leopard print, you know pretty much how they should look. It's almost like you're partially outlining the stripes, or the spots, I mean. You don't want them to be totally outlined, almost like you're adding a parenthesis around them. And then also, if you do have any empty spaces, any big empty or clear areas, you can just add little bits of that black acrylic just to sort of fill them in. On your thumb, I'm just going to be along one side and along the smile line, I'm just going to be adding various sizes and shapes of beads of acrylic, just like I did for the leopard print nail, but I'm not going to be worrying about outlining them on this one. I just want bright little spots of color. And then I'm also going to be adding in a couple little beads of black. And now I'm covering up that entire tip with its glitter and clear acrylic. So what I did is I took a nice, fairly large bead of clear acrylic, and then I dunked that bead into a jar of, it's sort of a shimmery, whitish, clearish glitter, if I make any sense at all. And this is just going to create a really glittery acrylic mix, and it's going to cover up all of those. On your pointer nail, I'm using paint now, so not the hardening acrylic. We're going to be painting black flowers, and I'm just doing the outlines of the flowers. So I like to first paint a little circle, as you saw, and then create these little lines that are telling me where I want each petal to start and stop, so where I want them against, and that will help you space your petals so that if you want 5 petals, you've got those little lines telling you where each one needs to be, and you make 5 petals and they're evenly spaced and they look proportionate. So I'm just going to continue filling in all around wherever a flower is needed. And you know, they don't all have to be whole. I'm pretty sure I only did one whole flower on each nail. I made 2 of each nail, so I would have a full set. So now I'm going to be filling in the petals of the flower that's whole with pink. And this is paint, just like I was using paint before. And then that little center with yellow. The rest of your nails we're just going to encase with regular clear old acrylic. And this is also where you're forming your nail structure as well. So you want to create a nice apex so that your nails have strength. And now I'm going to be filing them so that they're nice and smooth. And sorry I am off camera a little bit there, but you know how to file. I'm using a 180 grit file here. And now buff the nails so that they are nice and smooth. The first file may have left some behind, so this is going to help with that. This is a 240 grit padded file. And now I'm going to be applying top coat over all of the nails. On that full cover nail that we did with the white overlay, I'm going to be sculpting 3D flowers, so start with a little bead and then push it out with your brush to create that nice petal shape. And just like how we did 5 petal flowers on the nail where we hand painted them, the pointer nail, I'm going to be doing 5 petal flowers here as well, and I'll be alternating between the pink, the yellow, and the orange like I have been. And as you can see, I'm leaving a pretty big space in the center of my flowers. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm going to be placing gems in the center, in that hole there. So I'm going to be filling that in. It's not just going to be left open. And I'm also going to be making sure that I fill in any little gaps anywhere. So like those 2 areas up around the pink flower where there wasn't any petals, I'm going to be filling those in. I did 1 petal of orange and 1 of yellow, just so that it looks nice and full. So now I'm going to be adding the black gems as I mentioned, and so inside the orange flowers I'm putting a little bead of the yellow color. This is going to act as the glue to glue on our black gems, and these gems that I'm using are really super tiny. And so then inside the yellow I'm using pink, and so on. On your pointer nail I'm going to be gluing on a nice acrylic bow with clear acrylic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook and Twitter, and also now Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!